after 5 o'clock. I am the doctor. Heading into the 4th of July holiday. I figured this would be a great time to expose the underground, the black market world of butt injections. And no better person to do that than Vanity Wonder. How are you, Vanity Wonder?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Vanity Wonder is author of Shot Girls, that exposes what goes on with this. Now, you have had the underground butt injections. Is that correct?
Yes, that's partially what the book is about.
What's the rest of it about?
The rest of the book is just basically going through, because even though I got the injections, I also became working with a lady who did the injections.
You helped inject butts?
No, I never helped inject the
But, I mean, you were an assistant. You helped her.
Yeah, I took her appointment.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So you worked for somebody who provided butt injections.
Exactly. So the book goes through, first, me learning about injections and initially thinking that it was the stupidest thing anybody could do, to me going to being, just a year later, being somebody who said, let me go ahead and do it. And then, my journey working for her and, all the different backgrounds that came to get injections. And that's what I definitely addressed in this book, because people think that the only people that are getting injections are strippers, 20-something-year-old little girls, or women in the entertainment industry, and that's not it.
Vanity Wonder, what are the butt injections? This is cosmetic, it's not really surgery, it's a cosmetic procedure, right?
I wouldn't even call it cosmetic, just because when I think of cosmetic, I think of something that's safe, something that's done inside of a sterile environment with somebody who's went to school and trained about the human body. When I think of cosmetic, I think of that. This is somebody on the street who has went and got a substance, and they are now injecting girls inside of a hotel room. So I wouldn't even call this cosmetic, because that gives people a false sense of...
that it's medical.
Yeah.
And it's not that. It's just people trying to get a larger rump.
Yes.
What, you said substance. Vanity Wonder, what substances are people having injected?
Well, the first two times I was injected, I don't know what I was injected with. I was told that it was soybean oil, and I wanted to believe her. I never delved in deeper because I wanted to believe that it was all natural, it was from the earth. When somebody tells you, it's soybean oil, you think, okay, it's all natural, it's okay. But I don't believe it. I don't believe that. So every time after that, I've gotten medical-grade silicone. But that's just me. Now, we see in the news lately a woman who had been coming to the area that I was in frequently for maybe 7-8 years. She was injecting girls. And it came out, during her trial, that she wasn't using medical-grade silicone on the girls that she was injecting. She was going to Home Depot and Lowe's and, hardware places like that and getting their silicone and injecting that into girls.
Vanity Wonder, you're saying this lady was going to home improvement stores and buying caulk and sticking it in people's rears?
Oh, yeah. And let me tell you this. One of my friends of mine, I'm like, why do you keep going to her? Her stuff is all over the internet. It's been proven. The FDA, Food and Drug Administration, investigated this lady for 6 months. And what they came up with is that this lady was going to Home Depot. During the trial, she even said, I told girls I was a nurse. Yeah, I told them it was medical grade, but it's not. It's auto grade. But they were still going to her.
So what? So Vanity Wonder, why are people still going?
I honestly, me evaluating it myself, not being a clinical psychologist or anything like that, to me, it's just this lust for something that you're really never going to get, because, you can do all the improvements you want to on the outside of your body, but if something on the inside of you still is not right, what does it matter what you do to the outside?
But even if it's not medical grade, Vanity Wonder, people are still going to something. If you're getting this done not by a doctor, that's a little dangerous. So why are they doing it?
It's not dangerous.
Is it just you want that big rump?
I don't know what it is, and I hope that somebody will delve into it, because we'll be the first generation that has studies on this, because we're the first generation that is perverting it. Now, illegal butt injections have been being done since the 90s. They've been being done for a very long time. It's just that back then they were more of a secret society, and you had to know somebody that knew somebody that knew somebody that knew somebody. But now, since the economy is so bad, everybody wants to get a hustle. Everybody needs to make money. So they go to whatever hardware store and find something to inject in girls, and, there's a money-making scheme for them.
So on one hand, you got people that are saying, listen, I don't like something about my body, and maybe my booty's not big enough. So they go ahead and say, I'm going to get this butt injection. Well, I can't afford it from a doctor, so I'm going to try to find somebody on the street. And then the other people are saying, I want to make money, so I'm going to try to find a cheap way to provide this need, right?
Yep. And that's where the terrible clash comes at. That's where people start dying at. Because like you just said, one group is so thirsty for this butt. And then the other group is like, well, I'm going to find a way to do it for them cheaper. That way they can come to me. And then you have this clash. And that's what people have to understand. You can die from this. You know,
that's where the trouble is, right there.
What'd you say?
That's where the trouble is, right there.
I'm sorry. Heck yeah, that's where the trouble is. Look, when I was on Dr. Drew, they had a doctor on there with me, and he was saying, you know, you run the risk when you get injected with this loose whatever they're putting in your butt. Because sometimes it's auto-grade silicone, sometimes it's cement, sometimes it's Fix-A-Flat, sometimes it's whatever they can find, you know. So you run the risk of when they inject you, they're opening up veins as well when the needle goes in. You run the risk of some of that stuff getting shot directly in your veins and going to your heart and killing you.
I'm talking with Vanity Wonder, author of Shot Girls, about this underground procedures that people get because they want to change something about themselves but can't afford it. Now, you said Fix-A-Flat, Vanity? People use Fix-A-Flat?
We've seen that in the news. I've never personally experienced that, but anytime you see on the news where doctors have tried to figure out what's something inside a lady's butt and they go to test it and they say it's Fix-A-Flat, I don't have any reason not to believe them.
Now, Vanity, think about this. You can understand the mistake if they're saying you got a flat rear and you're trying to fix that.
That's terrible.
Right? But I mean, seriously, I need my flat rear fixed. Vanity Wonder, you spent a total of $15,000, which is a lot to, underground.
Actually, that figure right there is just something that papers wanted to come up with.
Okay.
I don't know how much it is, and I tell everybody that. They just wanted to come up with with a number.
But a lot of money.
They want some sensationalization. I have had thousands of injections. I have spent a lot of money. So it's definitely...
You're talking the cosmetic to make your rump a little fuller, a little thicker. You've had injections.
Oh, yes, I have.
Thousands of them.
What did you say?
Thousands of injections.
Thousands of injections. And thousands upon thousands of dollars. It's definitely in the $15,000 ballpark. It may be more. It may be a little less. It's definitely in that ballpark.
Now, Vanity Wonder, I've seen your pictures online.
Oh, yeah.
Vanity Wonder, you got a booty.
But what I want people to understand is somebody got to bring back the lesson.
Mm-hmm.
I'm living. I'm breathing.
You got lucky.
Okay.
You got lucky.
Exactly. But the girl who came over here from the UK and got her butt done,
she's dead,
and died in a hotel room, she wasn't lucky. All the girls who get sick thousands of times a year because they have silicone in their lungs, they ain't lucky. The woman who got her limbs amputated because she got an infection in her butt and it ravaged her whole body, she wasn't lucky. I'm lucky. So I hate it when girls look at my body and they say, oh, Vanity looks good. She's got a great body. I'm saying? I want a big butt. Don't look at me as the prototype because I got lucky.
Let me tell you about those. So, but early on, you wanted that big booty.
Yeah, early on, first of all, I had a lot of problems.
I understand that. A lot of people do. I understand that, yeah.
I had a lot of problems, and I'm real enough to say I had problems, and instead of dealing with my problems, I use this. Because not only did I have a problem with injections, I had a problem with Xanax. I had a problem with ecstasy. You know what I'm saying? So because somebody else may have just had a problem with the ecstasy. Someone else may steal. Someone else may do something else. Whatever it is, you latched onto this. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And that's what I want people to understand. Deal with whatever problems you got inside yourself that will make you want to go do something this dangerous. because that's what it is. It's dangerous.
I'm talking with Vanity Wonder, author of Shot Girls, about people getting the injections kind of underground, not through a doctor. Give us an idea of you said you've had thousands of them, of the size, of how you increased. Do you remember before you had them about what size you were?
Well, before I had injections, I was like a size 0, a size 1. And now if I were to wear pants, I'm like a size 15, 16.
That's significant, Vanity.
It's extremely significant. Well, what had happened was I started getting injections, and I started liking them, and I started liking how I looked. And then around maybe the 5th session of me getting injections, my butt became infected.
That's not good.
So it was very lumpy. It looked like a bag of oranges.
You don't want that type of booty. You want a smooth, big booty.
Exactly. And this is why I included the pictures of this in the book, because I want girls to understand.
It's not all glamorous.
It's not. So, like I said, my butt was looking like a bag of oranges, okay? So I was faced with a choice. I could stay with this butt and have it be medium size and messed up, or I can go for a larger butt and just keep padding it with silicone to try to smooth out the lumps. And that's what I did, and that's how it got to be this size.
So now how is it? You smoothed a lot of it out, though.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
The pictures I saw. All right. So when your butt got infected, what happened, to give people an idea of the horror?
Well, because it was a lot. What happened when my butt got infected? You know how if your leg itches or something, you just don't think of it. You just go ahead and your hand just goes to the area and
scratch it. Yeah.
No, I couldn't do that. If my butt itched and I just carelessly scratched it, it felt like Freddy Krueger was scratching.
Oh.
I had to rake my hand across my butt very slowly and very carefully. I couldn't sit down for more than 15 minutes at a time because the lumps they felt so bad to sit on. I had a terrible fever.
Yeah, you're going to get all the other symptoms with it aside from the direct location it's affected. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I put all this stuff in the book because I need for people to understand these things. But what I'm running into right now is people can't separate the message from the messenger. Mm-hmm. So they see me, and they can't get over the shock of my pictures. They're not even listening to what I'm trying to say.
Well, no, because it looks, you look at Vanity, you say, wow, Vanity's looking pretty good there, right?
Yeah.
And then they think it's a positive thing.
I wish that people would listen to what I'm trying to say. Mm-hmm. Because at the end of the day, more people are going to die.
Right, exactly. But you can understand when they look at your picture and they're saying, Vanity's got that booty going on. I think I want that. I want to look like that.
But I wish that they would say, okay, let me see what she has to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, here are her pictures. Okay, that's fine. Let's get over the initial shock and let me see what she's actually trying to say. Is she glorifying shots, or is she saying, don't be like me, don't take my route? What is she trying to say? But people aren't doing that.
Let me ask you this, Vanity. How did things change for you when you after you got the injections? Did you notice people noticing you? Did you like the attention?
Oh, you know what? I've always been a tomboy my whole life, and I've never been anybody that has been extra pretty or had a great body. I've always been normal, just regular run-of-the-mill.
I thought your pictures, and I don't have them in front of me now, but I saw them earlier, and you were quite cute.
Oh, well, yeah, it was a run-of-the-mill,
Okay.
So I was never getting attention. Well, when I started getting injections and I started getting attention, it was cool. For like the first couple months, it was cool. I had the biggest ego. I was Napoleon.
Right,
it was
yeah.
cool. And then it got disgusting to me just because I wasn't used to it. Have you ever seen those stories of the people that were really overweight and they end up gaining all their weight back because they just weren't ready for it?
Yeah.
That's how it was with me.
So do you know that were they making specific comments about your back door there?
Well, initially, before it got this big, it was, it looks good, blah, they sleep. But then, like I said, when I was faced with the choice and I had to, pad it more, and again, there was an addiction element in there, with that I went through with the shots. And when it started getting bigger and bigger, then people started getting nastier and nastier. People started having terrible comments. If I would go to the casino or something like that, guys,
because you're from Michigan, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Vanity Wonder. Let me. Why butt injections? Did you have anything else done?
have breast implants, but those were done in a sane setting.
This wasn't at a hotel room or anything. You had those done professionally. I think we're losing our sound effect. I'm going to take a quick break, Quebec. I want to talk to Vanity Wonder just a little bit more about her book, Shot Girls, about the seedy underworld of butt injections and other medical procedures that should be done by a doctor. Oh, is that her again? All right, let me put her back at it. Vanity, there you are. Sorry, we lost you. You said you did have breast implants, but that was done professionally.
Oh, very professionally.
You didn't have these done at a hotel room.
Not at all, but they do breast injections though.
People get those done too?
People get breast
black market?
They get injections in their face. They get injections in their calves. They get injections in their thighs. They'll get injections wherever.
You had some of them done in hotels, motels?
No, they're all done in hotels. There's no butt injections that are done in sanitary environments.
You're not going to someone's house. They keep it on the down low there.
Sometimes they'll do you at their house. I know girls who go to shot ladies' houses. Oh,
wow. Yeah. But you've had everything else done professionally, not at the hotels.
Well, the only other thing I've had is implants, and those definitely were done professionally. Dr. Tong.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. So, what parts of town were you at? All over the place having this done?
Well, no, it was just in Detroit.
Just in Detroit. What part of Detroit?
I don't know Detroit very well.
General area? Give me a general area. Do you know off the top of your head?
I don't know if I'm allowed to really talk about it.
All right, that's fine. Let me ask you, Vanity Wonder, do guys get butt injections?
Guys get they do get butt injections, but it's mostly the homosexual crowd that gets butt injections. They get them in their penis too.
They get the penis injections? Yeah,
they get the penis injections, but they have smaller needles that they get penis injections with. So instead of doing CCs, they go whatever is under the CCs, and they just get them a little at a time. It doesn't make it longer. It just makes it fatter.
It makes it fatter. And same type, it could be anything. Could be silicone, could be medical grade, it could be Home Depot, it could be oil, anything.
And it's just scary to me for the penis injections just because you have so many more huge veins there. And there's just such a potential to get shot, some of this stuff shot right in the vein.
Well, and it's real easy to get that thing not to work, too, you know? You do something wrong, it ain't going to work.
Right. This is just my message. I want people to understand that, yes, everybody wants a nice shape and everybody wants to look good. And if you want to look good, I'm all for you going to a plastic surgeon, somebody who has went to school, studied the human body, has, insurance to where if something happens, you can sue them and get taken care of for the rest of your life. I'm all for this. But back alley deals get met with back alley problems, okay? And injections are a back alley deal.
What are the age range? How old and young are people getting these? While
I was working for the lady I was working for, a mother brought her 17-year-old daughter, and that's the youngest person I've ever seen and actually witnessed to get injections.
And that was the butt injection?
Oh, yeah. She got butt injections for her daughter. She said that her daughter was going to the prom, and she had promised her that she could get injections for the prom. The oldest person that I had seen get injections was in her 70s, like early 70s, late 60s.
What did she have done?
She had butt and hip injections done.
So when you have the butt injection, does that stuff shift ever later in life?
Oh, hell yeah, it shifts.
You end up with big, thick ankles?
Well,
it's not that far, right?
I don't want to give it away, but there's a situation in my book that is definitely along those lines.
Oh, that sounds like trouble.
Yeah, it is trouble. And this is what people need to understand. But like I said, I'm having a problem with people separating the message from the messenger. I need for people to understand that this is, we don't know. I don't know how I'm going to be feeling or looking 10 years from now. I don't know if this is going to turn cancerous. I don't know. And so what I'm saying is, because my future is so uncertain, then you should stop and think twice before you do something like this. Because my future is already uncertain. I can't get this stuff out. But if you haven't gone and go get injections yet, you have a chance.
Talking with Vanity Wonder. Vanity Wonder, you mentioned the homotype sexual men will get their butts injected. Do different procedures, are they more common with certain races or certain people? And I ask that because I know there are cosmetics procedures done by doctors that are more popular. For example, a lot of Asians will have their eyes done. And I'm just wondering, are there more certain types of people that have butt injections versus hip injections versus face injections?
Well, the transgender crowd gets it all done. The transgender crowd gets their face injected, they get their boobs injected, they get their butt injected. The transgender crowd, when they want to turn from a man to a woman, they get it all injected.
All in the right places, though.
Yeah, all in the right places. As far as, homosexual men, when they get injected, they'll get their penis injected, they'll get their butt injected. Black girls, they get their butt and their hips injected. But a lot of black girls don't like how they look when they get their butt and hips injected and their legs don't match. So they'll get their thighs injected, and they'll also get their calves injected. Okay,
because they want the thick look from the waist down. They want the hips, the butt, the legs.
But what I'm always trying to explain is, legs, we have arteries that run from top to bottom.
Yep.
It is so dangerous to get your legs injected. It's dangerous to get your butt injected. But good golly, Miss Molly, for you to get your legs injected and your calves, you asking for it. That one sports player, I can't remember what he played, if it was basketball or football, but he got shot in the leg a couple of years ago and ended up dying.
Was it Falcons? Who was it? Andre? No.
I can't remember his name.
No, there was somebody that died that I'm pretty sure got shot. I get the who it was.
He got a bullet in the leg and died. Yeah. That should tell you that legs are serious business. As far as white girls, when white girls come, they'll get their lips injected with whatever people are injecting. They'll get their lips injected. They'll get their butt injected.
So white girls getting the butt injections too.
Oh yeah, Asian girls, Spanish girls. Oh yeah.
Talking with Vanity Fair, author of Shot Girls, about the underground world, and this is just popping up more and more now because it's becoming more common, and then people want to do it cheaper. Vanity wonder, what does it feel like to have your butt injected?
It's the most excruciating pain. I describe it as being struck by lightning.
Struck by lightning?
Yeah, I describe it as having your butt and your legs being struck by lightning.
You just feel a tingle all the way up?
It's not a tingle. It's literally a shooting pain. It's not. I think girls could deal with a tingle. It's not. It's nowhere near a tingle. It's nowhere near anything like if your arm falls asleep or if your leg falls. It's nowhere near a tingle. It's definitely a shooting pain.
How does your butt feel now?
It's very jiggly. I'm happy with it because it's not so lumpy and crazy looking like it was. I do wish that it was cut down a couple sizes, but I'm happy that I didn't have to live with a lumpy, crazy-looking butt because it was crazy. You don't even understand how crazy-looking it was.
Well, yeah, it's not going to look natural then, but the pictures I saw, like I said, looks a little more natural. But, is the average person, if you're walking down the street, they're not noticing. They just think you have a nice booty.
No. When I walk down the street, people definitely know it's something not right.
Just because it's so big, you mean?
Yeah, because of the size of it. But, when I walk down the street, I have on jogging pants, size 2X, 3X jogging pants. I have on really big shirts. I don't go out of the house unless I absolutely have to in anything that's form-fitting.
But see, that's ironic because initially you wanted that attention, and now you're saying you don't want it, right?
Mm-hmm. And I feel crazy because it's like when, what's that girl's name? Is it Heidi Spencer? What's her name?
Oh, from the one reality show?
Yeah, what's her name?
I know who the ones you're talking. She was with that guy, and he had
she had the 10 surgeries in one day.
Yeah, and he wanted her to all have it done, and she was cute before that.
Yeah, I thought
Heidi and Spencer, right? Heidi and Spencer, is it? Spencer was the
Yeah, Heidi. Well, the thing is, like when Heidi came out and she had all her surgeries, and then when she wanted to retract all her statements, and she's like, "No, I really don't like all the attention. I really don't like it." Everybody was so hard on her, like, "Oh, but she went and got them done," because nobody expects for you to be able to have redemption. Everybody thinks that you have to stay stupid your whole life. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to accept the fact that you've made mistakes and you've come through your mistakes and now you realize what you've done wrong. And that's the kind of problems that I'm faced with because everybody thinks that just because I don't walk around moping with a knife ready to kill myself, that I must love, this lifestyle. And it's like, look, I love myself. I'm not going to sit around and commit suicide because you guys think that that's going to validate it.
No, you learned your lesson.
Exactly.
Now you look at you mentioned Heidi, and you're absolutely right. What about Pam Anderson? Here's the girl next door. She's just an average, good-looking girl, pretty enough that they discover her at a ball game, Toronto Blue Jays, and then she has all this stuff done. Vanity, she was beautiful.
Pam Anderson. Let me tell you something about Pam Anderson is one of the most beautiful. Oh my goodness, I love her so much. She's so beautiful. I don't know about, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
No, but I mean, she was beautiful before.
I don't know if I've ever seen her before, but I know that girl is definitely beautiful. Definitely. Inside and out. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we all have demons that we have to battle. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, women have an image of themselves in their head, and when they look in the mirror image doesn't match what they have in their head, and they just want those two to match.
Now, Vanity Wonder, what you just said there is profound. Because I'll tell you what, that's one of the things they do if girls have eating disorders. They say, draw a picture of yourself. Draws a picture. And it'll be a thin girl, but they draw this, big fat picture, and they're like, look at this. That isn't right. You're just warped in your head what you're thinking of yourself.
Uh-huh. And that's what it be, And we got this whole debate going on in the black community. A lot of older black women think that black men are perpetuating this. Oh, the reason why black women are going to go get this done is because black men want Kim Kardashian. First of all, I don't understand what people got against Kim Kardashian. Let Kim Kardashian do what she's going to do, because let me tell you like this. Whatever black man wants Kim Kardashian is not going to want you. So leave the stuff alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, who's ever for you is going to be for you. If you feel like to get this certain black man, you have to do this, anything besides be yourself, you need to move on. I don't believe that anybody except for the woman that herself is perpetuating this. I don't believe that. I don't believe that people are saying, oh, I can't get a black man unless I have a big butt. Well, if you can't get that man because you don't have a big butt, then you need to leave him alone, because your whole life he's going to want you to be somebody else. Vanity
Wonder, you have really learned a lot through this journey.
Oh, yeah.
Let me ask you. So tell me more about what the older black women versus the younger black women. They some are blaming it on the black men, saying their standards are different and we need to conform to that.
The younger black women are more hustlers. The younger black women don't care what nobody's saying. They doing what they want to do. They taking responsibility for whatever they doing, and they out there doing it. They just go getters. They're ambitious, whatever. Older black women who want to settle down, who want a husband, who want a man, they limit themselves by, this small pool of black men. Well, we know, 40-something% of the prisons are black men. And then you got the down low population of black men. Open yourself up. Look. Well,
hang on. Let's explain to people what the down low is, too. You got the black men that some of them in prison, not just black men, but men in prison, and they find they like some stuff that goes on, then they get out and they keep doing that.
Well, I say black men because that's what we're talking about.
Right. I know. I just wanted to make sure everyone knows. Right.
So somebody thinks that we're being racist, where they can go.
Sure.
But like I said, 40-some% of the prisons are black men, which narrows down the pool of black men for black women. And then you have a certain percentage of the black men who are out in the population who are down low. Down low means they'll have a girlfriend or a wife or whatever, but they really like men. So they'll have boyfriends and things like that. So the population of black men that's actually straight and looking to settle down is very small. And I just feel like some black women limit themselves and they say, no, this is it. This is all I'm going to date. I feel like you should like who likes you, whoever you like. I don't feel like you should limit yourself. I don't limit myself.
No, and certainly people have preferences. Some people like tall, some people like thicker, some like thinner. People have preferences.
I just feel a preference is fine, but I just feel like a color preference is so 1950.
Well, some people like certain features that may be more common with certain colors,
fine.
too.
I'm sorry. I just feel like in order for us to all, get along,
sure.
like how can you preach for everybody to get along and be cool, when we're out in the workforce and when we're out here, but in your home, you only want a certain,
Sure.
Like, come on.
Well, now my producer Skip, he has dated women of all shapes, sizes, and race and ethnicity.
I dated him.
You probably did. I think that might have been one of the.
Vanity, that's our secret. That's our secret.
But Skip is how tall are you?
5'5".
He dated a black woman who is attractive, who was easily 5'8", 5'9". I mean, this is a buxom black woman, Vanity Wonder. So
she has a lot of love to give.
So he has preferences, but he's willing to spread it around.
And that's what I'm saying. Don't limit yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like it's okay if you say, hey, I have a preference, but what I'm saying is if somebody comes along and they're nice to you and they're good to you, don't limit yourself because they're not the color that you want them to be. Because we're not living in a traditional society anymore. You know, back in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, you know, we were living in more of a traditional society.
Right.
Where there was enough people to go around. Now, things are different.
Taste the rainbow. Taste the rainbow, Vanity Wonder. That's
nothing is traditional right now. Nothing.
I'll give you that. Have you ever seen Napoleon Dynamite?
Yes.
That's what Skip looked like.
Oh no!
He was. Not true. Vanity. That's where it got bad though, because he tried to fit in, and you know, it was fine when they were together and everything was fine. But when he started trying to look the part, Vanity, he's too white.
He had the gold chains.
You did date me, Vanity. You did date me. I knew I recognized that voice.
All right, Vanity. It's been good talking. You have a happy 4th of July, okay?
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Happy Independence Day. Get a quick break in. It's Doc Thompson, Talk Radio 1270.
Doc Thompson.